Today on Houston Life, a local woman is helping feed her neighbors. Find out how she's bringing healthy options to a community in need.
Plus, the Mullet is making a huge comeback. Which unlikely group is rocking this retro hairstyle? We'll find out.
And it's National Pumpkin Day. We have a look at how you can celebrate the Houston way. All of that and more starts right now. Is that for real?
Live from Studio B at KPRC Channel 2. Houston Life starts now.
Hi, everyone, and thanks for joining us for a brand new week of Houston Life, Monday, October 26th. And as always, we're so glad to have you with us.
Absolutely. Happy Monday. I cannot believe it's Halloween week.
I know.
All kinds of stuff. And someday, I hear later on the weekend, this weekend, it's actually going to feel like it. It's going to feel like fall.
And the overnight lows are going to be very, very cold. The pressure is definitely on, though, to find those Halloween costumes. I know you're all feeling it. We certainly are feeling it here.
For sure.
And let's just lower everyone's expectations.
Please do.
Yeah. We're going to come up with something.
It'll happen,
I
we
promise.
think.
Yeah, absolutely. We did get a really cute picture over the weekend from some Channel 2 viewers. Gus on the left, Jacob on the right. I think we can pop that photo up when we have it. And I know that maybe things didn't go so well for the Texans, but we like to always look at the silver lining.
Absolutely, and this is the silver lining right here. Adorable.
Yeah. Look at that.
So cute. And maybe one day we can get another W on the board for our Texans.
We would love that, but we love them just the same. All right, why don't we check in with Joe and Lauren for a look at what they have coming up today on Houston Life. Lauren, we'll start with you.
Hey guys, I am chatting with a local pumpkin carving artist whose jaw-dropping creations are perfect for National Pumpkin Day. From the Hogwarts Castle to Breaking Bad and Mickey and Minnie, Courtney Wonder shares us how she creates her stunning masterpieces.
You know, it's unbelievable, Lauren. I cannot believe that that's an actual pumpkin.
I know.
It's so cool.
And is there something she does to make them last longer? Because all of that work, you want to have them stick around for a while.
Yes, Derek, I will tell you all about that a little bit later on in today's show.
Perfect segue to a tease. Lauren, thanks so much.
Thanks.
Okay, Joe is standing by in our green room. What do you have on today?
Well, we're talking about green room, so we're talking about green dollars because they're going to be able to win money on the Weakest Link. We're going to be talking about how this show works. It's a fast-paced trivia game show and about its new host, Jane Lynch, for the reboot of the Weakest Link. I can't wait to talk about this here because it's a game that I've been watching for the longest. I probably won't be able to test my own skills because I'm not as witty and as smart, but Jane Lynch, she's going to be bringing a new comedian style to it with her witty and smart flavor. So the show is going to be jam-packed with a lot of jokes, but also a big chance to win up to $1 million, Courtney and Derek.
I'm so excited to see this show.
Same here, and it's tough to do a reboot because
really
people have so many expectations about what the original was, but I think Jane is doing a fantastic job, Joe. We'll check in with you a little later on today. Okay, thanks so much. Also on this Monday, a reminder to vote, and I just love watching these numbers come in. I think we're going to break some records. We already have here in Texas, right and left. According to the Associated Press, Texans have already cast, get this, more than 7 million early votes. So let's keep it up. Early voting goes until this Friday, October 30th. And, you know, historically, Texans, we don't have the best voter turnout, if you can believe it. So don't underestimate Texas is my message. And let's keep those votes coming in.
Absolutely. Listen to this, you guys. Even NASA astronaut Kate Rubins, well, she voted from space last week and saying if we can do it from space, then I believe folks can do it from the ground, too. She also voted from space while on board the ISS in the 2016 election. And I think we have a little soundbite from her.
There's legislation passed a number of years ago to allow astronauts to vote in space. I think a lot of astronauts do this. They feel that it's very important. It's critical to participate in our democracy. We consider it an honor to be able to vote from space. And so we fill out a form and we vote via absentee ballot. And if we can do it from space, then I believe folks can do it from the ground, too.
It's so true, Kate Rubin's there. And it really is cool that for her, going aboard the International Space Station, no biggie.
No biggie.
I voted there in 2016, voting in space again in 2020. But it really does put things in perspective that for so many of us, getting to the polls, just make it a priority and do it.
Absolutely. And by the way, if you do vote early, make sure you keep your sticker. There's a ton of perks at places around town that you can still get a deal on. These are from restaurants, and they're offering that if you show your I voted sticker. And just head over to click2houston.com for a full list. There's also, and this is all over, not just Harris County. This is Montgomery County, Fort Bend County. So the list goes on and on and on. And there's also Election Day deals as well. But get in on the early voting one.
Yeah, Hugo's, Michael's Cookie Jar, some of my favorites on that list we just showed. So why not?
I know. It's so awesome. And by the way, we both voted early, a couple days apart from each other. Yeah. I think my walk to actually get into the polling location, because I went to a hotel over at 290 and 610, my walk to get in there was longer than the process. So it was really fantastic. Everything was just done really well. I didn't wait in line. It was really, really great.
Well, I think a lot of people this year are saying they don't want to risk it. They don't want to risk waiting in line for hours on the actual election day. We have a lot of resources at click2houston.com. You can also visit harrisvotes.com or .org if you live in Harris County to find current wait times at many polling places around town.
Absolutely. Okay, well, let's move on because we have, this is really interesting. Which one of these would you say is worse? I already know your answer. The end of a friendship or a breakup? What do you think?
What's my answer?
A friendship.
Probably worse than a breakup. I think it depends, though. What about for you?
Oh, definitely a friendship. I mean, because like in the relationship status, I don't have 3 strikes, you're out. I'm that 1 strike person. It's a blessing and a curse kind of a thing. But so when when I think back in these relationships that I've had, I've just like moved on and never looked back. I might have had like a moment of, eating a tray of brownies and moved on. But you think about it, your partner isn't typically your ride or die, right? I mean, they are, but I'm saying your best friend or a good friendship. Yeah. I don't know. I think it's harder.
Well, I think conventional wisdom, a lot of people would say that maybe a breakup would be harder than the end of a friendship. So this Reddit user posted their unpopular opinion that the end of a friendship is actually worse, and then it sparked all kinds of conversation. I sort of believe that depending on where you are in your life, like you mentioned, a lot of people who attended your wedding.
Yes.
17 or 18 years ago, you've sort of like lost touch with, right?
Yeah.
And I think that sometimes friendships sort of run their course. And I've cut off very few people in my life, like where I've actually cut them off, right?
Right.
But it actually kind of feels good.
It does. It does. Or sort of cleaning house on Facebook. People say this all the time where you're just kind of just want to get rid of it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Cleaning house, I think, is good. Both, the actual cleaning house, but like that mental, like getting rid of the clutter in your brain and heart sometimes is really good.
Well, just like a romantic relationship can be toxic, I think that sometimes friendships can be toxic, right? And after a while, I've told you this a million times, that as I get older, I realize the biggest deficit I have in my life is time, right?
Right.
I need more hours in the day to see the people I love and to do the things I want to do and to just, do all the life maintenance stuff that comes along with it. So I think that as we age, or at least for me, I realize that getting rid of those toxic friendships, it's actually like, that's awesome that we were friends at that one time when we sat next to each other in math class. But guess what? I realized that we are just not aligned.
Right.
Or you're just a terrible person. And
what about though adult friends that you have now that really are either the dumper or never ask how you're doing? I hate when I get a text from somebody and they just go with the ask first. They don't even say hi, how are, like a fake intro. It's just I need this from you. No?
See, I would rather someone say like, hey, do you have XYZ or can you do this?
Like the two of us, because we see each other every single day, we text all the time. Maybe I haven't heard from this person in like 6 months and I get a random ask. You're not even saying hi?
But if someone texts you and they say, hey, Courtney, how have you been? Oh my gosh, I've missed you so much. By the way, as long as I have your attention, now I'm going to ask you for a favor. That drives me crazy.
That's worth, but at least say hello.
Totally transparent.
Hey, it's been a while.
Hey, it's been a while. I have a quick question for you.
Yes.
XYZ.
Yes.
But be upfront with the ask.
Exactly. The immediate ask, if you haven't if we haven't spoken, really drives me nuts.
Well,
you know why? Because I've been on the asking side. You know, I've done things for kids' school auction and things like that. So I have been on that side of asking somebody for something. Okay, I know this person and I'm kind of, but you have to be able to say, I know it's been a while. I'm about to ask you for something. Zero pressure. Like, put that out there.
Yeah.
I don't like the random, yo, I need this, give it to me. I don't like it.
That must happen to you a lot. Well, I think that whether a friendship sort of fades over time, I think that's normal.
Yes.
And a lot of people probably can identify with that. I think that's different than actually ending a friendship. And the few times I have actually ended a friendship,
right,
it has been really, really
difficult.
Satisfying.
Oh, yes, because it's
satisfying.
toxic. It's toxic,
because
right?
You wake up and you realize, you know what, I don't need this in my life, and I'm moving on. Just like when you're in a bad relationship.
Yes.
Like, I don't need this in my life. I remember, Brandon, when we first started dating, there were a couple of people in his life, like fair weather friends. And there are plenty of people out there who are fair weather friends, right? Like, oh, it's fun to like drink cocktails with them or whatever. But when push comes to shove and life gets real, your real friends sort of rally around you.
100%.
And I think friendship circles sometimes close in. And I remember at the time he sort of had trouble letting some of these friendships go. And I was like, dude, not your friends. These are not people you even want in your life.
But that's also a life lesson.
Yeah.
Because it happens, I think, at various stages of our lives, right? It happens maybe when we're younger. It definitely happens as an adult in that kind of case. When I left television to be a stay-at-home mom.
Crickets.
Let me tell you, you know who your friends are when you're not on TV anymore.
So hold on, spell this out for us. So when you left TV, suddenly people who would have been in regular communication with you, they just stopped calling.
Stopped calling.
Because you were no longer on TV?
I was no longer of service to them, apparently.
You couldn't help them.
And then
favors.
the day I come back to TV, oh boy, wow, they came out of the woodwork. So that's very interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, I've been great, thanks, over the last 2 years. You know what I mean? It's just really strange. Really strange.
Dear Courtney, congrats on your new show, Houston Life. I know we haven't talked in years, but now that I can ask you for favors,
right.
I'll be in touch
wow,
with
you found my phone again, my phone number. Great. I'm on to you.
Yeah, same. I do know several people like that. Some people, you only hear from them when they need something. It just gets old. My advice, let the friendship go.
Let it go.
You'll be just fine and even better.
Okay, so speaking of letting go, this is really interesting, and I love this next topic because I'm getting a side view. I just have to tell you guys, I bought one of these like waiver crimper things, and it's now in the garbage. I threw it away before I actually left the house. It's terrible. I thought look, it looks like Oscar's hair. I thought I covered it up. I should have done it on the weekend.
So you did that specifically?
Well, it's not supposed to look like this.
But it's a crimp.
It's like this. It's supposed to be a waiver, a beat. Do you guys like my new nail polish? I couldn't decide on the color.
Oh, hold on, don't divert. I just thought your hair straightener wasn't working properly.
Isn't this sad? No, it's very sad. Listen, today is the day if you're going to call to complain about my hair, do it today, because I'm with you. But I threw away the crimper thing because I tried to save it. But this is so good. Just when you think 2020 can't get any weirder, the kids' mullet championships happened.
What?
Yes.
That's an actual thing?
It's a thing. Mulletchamp.com is where you can find all of this haircut glory.
Oh.
Guess what? 2 kids from Texas made the top 10.
Well, that's actually not a surprise.
But don't get nervous. I mean, voting's now closed, so I'm sorry about this. But the results are said to be released later this week. It's going to take that much time to compile all of the voting.
Wow. Well, you should enter the crimped hair contest.
I mean, this is not how it looked in the
I'm kidding.
photo.
I think it looks great. Well, listen, you may think the mullet is
This
bad.
side looks better.
According to Ranker.com, the rat tail, though, is still considered the worst hairstyle of all time.
Boy. Did you ever rat tail? Never. You didn't. You did.
No, I had a cousin who did.
See, I knew. You're too, yeah, it wouldn't happen to you.
I'm too what?
You're like perfect. You don't have a bad photo.
That is not true. That is absolutely
Let's take a look at your bad photo. This is your bad hair photo?
Well, I didn't say it was a bad hair photo. It was just a different hairstyle.
Oh, my word.
Look how long my hair is.
It's adorable.
My mom still asks me pretty much every day
when your hair's gonna be like that
to
again?
grow it out. Oh, Derek, honey, it's so beautiful. I'm like, Mom, in Houston, my hair is the size of Montana.
Oh my gosh.
With the humidity, it's just, no, it's a bad look. How's that?
Now this, this is the photo I've been waiting for.
Now that's
Are you kidding?
a bad hair photo.
Wow.
Okay, now if you're wondering whether I'm wearing the entire cosmetic counter on my face, I am.
This was a play.
So I was in the Pirates of Penzance in high school. I played the Pirate King.
Right.
So there I'm wearing a headband and clearly rocking the mom jeans. Very proud of that.
Yes.
And I had a part right down the middle.
It's a good look.
It's horrific.
It's fine, but here's the thing, you were in a play. So here's my problem, is this was real life for me, okay? I'm just gonna tell you right now, this was real life. And it was hard to choose just one photo. Mom, I'm so sorry if you're watching. Do you see that hair?
Oh,
no. Look at, and I think my mom tried to duplicate it. Look at that. That is my brother Bob's college graduation. Look at that hair.
You look...
Look at that. My mom tried to duplicate what I was doing.
Is that a smile or are you smiling?
No, I'm annoyed because I didn't want any photo evidence of this hair. By the way, not permed hair, but look at those shoulders, okay? Can we just focus on the outfit,
It's
maybe?
also very functional because with that shelf, you could store a lot of things up. You could put your drink up there.
Pens, a drink.
Wow.
I was not in a play during that photo.
What play would that have been with that hairstyle? I don't know. Probably
I don't know. I keep
very
looking
scary
at the
one.
bad side of my head.
Okay, well, that brings us to our viewer question of the day. We know y'all have some great haircut photos for us. Maybe at the time you got this haircut, you thought it was a great idea, but now looking back, you're not so sure. Maybe you wouldn't do it again. Please send us those photos. I know someone out there has got to be able to top Courtney's little shelf.
Somebody has to top it, or at least today's scenario. Okay, coming up today, you guys, in honor of National Pumpkin Day, we are breaking down how you can celebrate in style from food to fun games.
And are you the weakest link? Later in the show, Joe Sam will chat with Jane Lynch about the reboot of this popular game show. Houston Life will be back in just 2 minutes.
Today is National Pumpkin Day, and whether you're planning on carving or posing with your pumpkins, I've rounded up a few other things you can do in honor of today's holiday. So, hence the orange and black, I am ready. This is the most pumpkin I'm going to get. You can actually turn your pumpkin into a bird feeder. This is a fun option. It keeps your pumpkin decorations around a little bit longer, and they serve a bigger purpose. You just tie the pumpkin to your tree with strings, add a little bit of bird food, and wait for a few feathered friends to stop on by. You can also do some pumpkin bowling. This is fun for everybody. Just set up your game with your pins on the sidewalk, preferably not in the house if you're using a real pumpkin. Or you can do it in the grass. Your pins can be cans or bottles or anything that's taller than your pumpkin. Then decide on your ball, pick it up, and toss it on down the lane to get to bowling. This is really fun. At Boyert Shooting Center, they do an annual Halaboom event where you're going to shoot some pumpkins. And at Boyert Shooting Center in Katy, it's happening this Saturday and Sunday. You practice your shot while someone else cleans up the mess. Say hi to my friends Curtis and Cameron while you're there. And finally, make sure you stop by Taco Cabana. They've got the pumpkin spice margarita. Take them to go at most locations. But keep in mind, you guys, you have to order food as well when you're getting the booze. Derek and Courtney, I brought some for you to taste. Why don't you go ahead, mix in the little tequila they serve it with, and tell me how it is.
Okay, do we pour the whole thing in
Sure,
there? Okay.
yeah, it's 3 o'clock. It's fine.
Okay.
Those are some great ideas too, Lauren. I love the bowling idea, the pumpkin bowling.
Yeah, because pumpkins come in different sizes as different bowling ball sizes. It's perfect.
It's also very clever to create a little bird feeder action.
I know. I love that. Cheers. Let's see.
Cheers.
Tell me.
And we added the tequila, so we know it's going to be strong. But they give you those little tequila bottles,
Yes.
right?
Okay,
I
I'm
do.
serious. I like this.
You do? I'm like half and half
do
with the
too.
pumpkin
I like
spice.
it. I really like it.
Okay.
It's not overpowered.
I was skeptical when you said pumpkin spice because I think of lattes, but it works in the margarita as well. Lauren, thank you.
Thanks, guys. Enjoy.
Okay, we certainly will. Maybe after the show. Okay, after the break, though, the future of medicine is here. How one local doctor is using robotic technology in the operating room to treat cancer patients.
And still to come, how one woman is bringing healthy food to an underserved area. Her inspiring story when Houston Life returns.
Welcome back. A local surgeon is helping patients with throat cancer avoid chemotherapy and radiation treatments with robotic surgery. Here with more on this minimally invasive approach is Dr. Kunal Jain, assistant professor at UT Health's McGovern Medical School and head and neck surgeon at Memorial Hermann, along with his patient, John Bush, who I understand is doing well now, doctor, after meeting with you. John, we're going to get to your story in just a moment. But Dr. Jain, first of all, just describe to us, what is transoral robotic surgery and how can it be used?
Hi, thanks for having us. Yeah, transoral robotic surgery is, we used to have to do surgery where we kind of split your jaw to take cancers out in the back of your throat. You'd need a tracheostomy, which is like a breathing tube in your neck, and a feeding tube. But now with the robot, you're actually able to place the arms of the robot in the patient's mouth, as in Mr. Bush's case, while you work on a console kind of far away from the robot, and your assistant is by the bedside. And you avoid all those things, and that way patients are able to get out of the hospital in 2 to 3 days rather than a few weeks. They're able to potentially avoid chemotherapy and radiation therapy. The robotic surgery probably started about 10 years ago in our field, and we're really kind of using that more so for throat cancer patients.
And it seems like when you, even just hearing you say breathing tube, feeding tube, chemotherapy, radiation, I mean, typically this is a type of cancer that would have come with a lot of problems after any sort of treatment. That's not the case when we're talking about this robotic surgery.
Yeah, that's correct. And, we weren't even offering those surgeries for a while because of just the side effects. So patients would usually just get radiation therapy and chemotherapy. But now with this new technology, we're able to offer a surgery and avoid the side effects of radiation and chemo as well. So it's a big change, and there aren't that many people in Houston that do this. Probably just 2 or 3 surgeons, and luckily I was trained to do this, and Mr. Bush was able to come and see me and able to take good care of him.
And John Bush, your patient there. John, as we mentioned, you were doing a lot better today. Back up, though. What kind of symptoms were you experiencing, and what was your experience like going through this surgery?
I woke up one morning. Thanks for having me, for one. I woke up one morning and I had a cyst on my neck, and saw my family physician, and she prescribed me a Z-Pak, thought maybe it was just swollen lymph node or something, and said if it doesn't go away within like 10 days, call me. And it didn't, got bigger. So she referred me to Dr. Jain, and went from there.
And today, I mean, tell us just about your quality of life. How are you feeling? And I understand you're going in for frequent check-ins now?
Correct. I'm cancer-free at the moment. Hopefully we'll stay that way. So I go and see Dr. Jain about every 6 weeks, and he'll do a physical checkup on me. And then I also go for a body scan, about once every 3 months.
Well, that is fantastic news, John Bush. I'm glad you're doing well. Dr. Jain, we're super tight on time, but for anyone watching at home, how can people out there prevent this type of cancer?
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest thing we're doing nowadays is we're vaccinating all our kids with the HPV vaccine, because this is cancer that is caused in a lot of patients by the HPV virus. But it's just like Mr. Bush, if you have a lump or you're worried at all, come see your doctor, come see us, and the earlier we catch it, and the more likely we can treat it.
Well, it is incredible that people can move on with their lives. John Bush, thank you so much for sharing your story. Dr. Kunal Jain, we appreciate both of your time.
Thanks for having us.
And if you all would like to learn more about this procedure, you can call 713-486-5000. Now I'm going to send it on over to Courtney in the kitchen.
All right, Derek, thanks so much. What an incredible story.
Absolutely. Wow. Wow. Still to come, Courtney, I'm chatting with a local pumpkin carver artist. Her name is Courtney Wonder, about how she makes her stunning, detailed, custom creations.
It's unbelievable. We're also going to have a look at what's coming up on the news at 4 o'clock, plus a look at the forecast. We're here, fall's on the way. Don't go away.
Welcome back to the second half hour of Houston Life. So glad to have you with us today.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Brett, we started earlier. We asked you to share a picture of a haircut that you thought was a good idea or maybe a style at the time, but now regret it. Regrettably, like me today, using that crimper thing, whatever it is.
I think your hair looks nice.
Let's start with Susan, who sent in a picture that said 1989 high school graduation, also not a perm.
Oh.
Susan, I feel you, girl.
And Rhonda writes in, Courtney's looks like Grace's flashback 80s hair. Of course, Grace Adler from Will and Grace, the TV
yeah,
show.
that does look like my hair. Debbie says, Courtney, you're cracking me up. Your hair is always on point. Stop being so hard on yourself. You are super sweet, Debbie. Thank you so much.
Oh, okay. Very, very nice. Thanks for sending those in. Keep them coming.
Absolutely. It's always fun to go take a look back, because at the time I always say to my mom, and I know, Lauren, you probably have said this too, Mom, why did you let me go outside the house with this type of crazy hair? I mean, I don't know, but my mom said we didn't have an option. So there we go. Let's check in with the news at 4 with our team. We have Keith, Lauren, and Franklin, who's never had a bad hair day.
Never. No, I've said that many times to my mother. How could you let me walk out of the house like that?
Lauren,
basically
that's what
all
I mean.
of the 80s.
I know. My mom said, are you kidding me? What were we supposed to do?
My mom used to put like a bowl on my head, literally, and cut it like Dorothy Hamill. Do you remember the Dorothy Hamill?
Yes, I had the Dorothy Hamill.
Oh my gosh, I had that for years.
I had a Kid and Play. Lauren talked to what was it, Kid, a couple weeks ago, and I was thinking back to those days. I had like the Kid and Play haircut with the ramp.
Oh.
It looked like, you could shoot a car off the top of it. Yes.
Please, we're going to need some photos of this.
Yeah,
we need photos. This one doesn't take a bad photo.
Oh,
Not that that's a bad haircut.
No,
I just need evidence.
Yeah. Frank never has a bad hair day because he can forecast, the days,
The styles,
so.
the predictions.
Wasn't it called glamour shots in the mall?
Yeah.
Gosh, I want a glamour shot.
The boots.
Yes. You always had to have like some fur or something around you.
The boa.
A boa.
Whoever owned glamour shots had a good haircut. I guarantee you that.
Yeah.
That was a huge.
And a double exposed photo.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Nice and shiny. All right, guys. Well, we have a big temperature drop heading our way, so that's exciting. Parts of Texas already feeling it. I know my part of Texas, where I grew up, the Panhandle, already super cold. Frank is here to tell us more about our next cold front.
Yeah, well, it's going to traipse in, and I'll explain why. It's not going to rush in. It has rushed into parts of the state. Lauren, look at this. 20 in Amarillo, 26 in Lubbock, 89 in Brownsville, 79 here. So you can see it comes in and it just almost stops. In fact, it is crazy. Look at all of these warnings for ice and snow and sleet the next 24 hours out in West Texas, but not here. In fact, we're seeing some light rain out to our west. That's where the front has basically stopped for now. So temperatures for us are in the 80s. Look at 80 in Liberty, 84 in Sugar Land, 81 in Conroe, 83 in Lake Jackson. Here's the reason. This high pressure, which is going to direct Hurricane Zeta right on into Louisiana, is what's keeping us with a southeasterly flow, which is just getting in to Houston. So the front makes it through, but not until all of this wraps up, and that's not going to be until Wednesday. So let's get to Zeta. 80-mile-an-hour winds, gusting to 85, moving northwest at 10. This high is helping direct it right over Cancun. That's where it will go tonight. It moves into the Gulf, and then that high moves it right around into Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, and then once all of this moves through on Wednesday and Thursday, then our front makes it in, and we're in for a spectacular weekend. But until then, it's going to be on the warmish side next couple of days. So we'll talk more about what's driving Zeta, the cool air, when it really gets here. And I do have an amazing weekend. It's going to make your hair stand up.
Oh, talk about good hairdos.
And it's Halloween.
Just in time, just in time. All right, thank you, Frank. Also coming up at 4, big news from NASA. We'll show you what scientists have discovered on the moon and why it could be crucial for future space exploration missions.
Plus, things that go bump in the night, causing your security camera to send you alerts, but there's no one there. Tonight, what one pastor says he discovered on his camera that he says is simply out of this world.
Plus, a 12-year-old who's hoping to win big, talking about hairstyles with a hairstyle from decades ago. Talking about the mullet. Yeah, take a look. There is a mullet competition this young man is trying to win. Plus, here's another bonus. Our art department, those smart guys and gals, they've created mock-ups of what Frank and I would look like with mullets. They're saying it's must-see TV, but I don't know if I really want to see it.
I can't wait.
We're going to see it coming up at 4 o'clock as well.
It is the gift that keeps on giving. The mullet,
sure does.
year
Business
after
in the
year.
front, party in the back. Yeah.
Yes.
Lauren, you could rock the mullet as well. So.
Oh, I have actually.
Well,
Seriously,
again,
back when my mom was
have.
cutting my hair.
we're going to need that photo proof. All right, guys. Thanks so much. We'll see you at 4. Okay, shifting gears now. A lot of people are probably planning on carving pumpkins for Halloween. Mine never turn out very
Mine
well.
either.
But Lauren Kelly is standing by with some inspiration from an artist whose carved creations will probably knock your socks off. Lauren.
Yeah, these pumpkins, you guys, put any of ours to shame. Local artist Courtney Wonder started carving pumpkins at a young age, and now she spends hours and hours creating all sorts of detailed masterpieces, from Hogwarts Castle to Mickey and Minnie's Castle. I caught up with Courtney to find out how she turned her Halloween hobby into a year-round business.
So just in time for Halloween, your pumpkin carving skills are like amazing. So thank you for coming on the show with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Let's start off by just figuring out how you got into pumpkin carving.
The big thing that got me into pumpkin carving was seeing a pumpkin carving contest for one of those, you know, pattern pamphlets you get at the grocery store. And I was like, ooh, I'm going to win this because I'm the best pumpkin carver I know.
Are you working on real pumpkins and you're getting like mess and seeds guts all over your house?
I have a different kind of mess. They're foam pumpkins. And then I have a bunch of different computer chip drill bits. So they're really tiny and they help me get the detail that I want.
So how long does it take you to carve one pumpkin?
It definitely depends on how detailed the pumpkin carve is. I've done the Hogwarts Castle pumpkin quite a few times. It's pretty popular. So I've gotten that to maybe 4 or 5 hours. I'm like, yes. But on the other end of the spectrum, I can do like 10-hour carves or 14-hour carves.
Do you have an artist background?
I believe I was going through old files where it's like, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I was like, I'm an artist. And I, you know, chuckled at that because I didn't become an artist besides this kind of hobby thing. I got into genetics. I went to U of H and got a biology degree. And then right after that, I wanted to kind of focus my studies into molecular genetic technology and ended up graduating with MD Anderson. I went on to work for them for quite a few years. And yeah, that's been a lot of fun. I've been working in cancer genetics. So that's kind of my background.
What a background. That's amazing. Courtney, thank you so much for sharing your work with us.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Amazing. You guys can check out all of Courtney's wonderful creations on our website, HoustonLife.tv.
A true talent, Lauren. That is really incredible.
It's baffling, and she must be very, very patient, right? I mean,
Absolutely.
considering it takes 10 to 12 hours per pumpkin.
Yeah.
Incredible.
I just chunk it out the window when I mess it up in 5 minutes.
You and me, girl.
You may wish to enroll in some anger management classes, Lauren. It's okay. It happens to all of us.
2 for 1. Thanks, Lauren.
Thanks.
Coming up next, how the issue of food insecurity in our own backyard prompted a young woman to dedicate her time to urban farming.
That's an incredible story. But first, let's check in with Joe Sam for a look at what he has coming up. Hey, Joe.
Hey, Courtney, Derek, so you know what? A lot of contestants are dedicating their time to trying to win up to $1 million on the weakest link. We're going to be talking to those contestants who are trying not to be the weakest link and how the new reboot of the show is encouraging others to try and participate. So we're going to give you a little information about that when Houston Life returns.
Well, welcome back. From scrubs to overalls, a local farmer quit her job in public health to dedicate herself to feeding Houston's Sunnyside community. It's been a whirlwind year for this young woman as her selfless acts have been landed her on Beyonce's websites. We're going to get to that in just a moment. Joining me now is owner of Ivy Leaf Farm, Ivy Walls, who says fighting food equality is the only option. Welcome to Houston Life, Ivy.
Hello.
How are you? It's so great to see you. I love this story. Before we get into your background, though, I hear you talk to your plants?
Yes. You have to talk to them, you have to name them, and you have to give them so much love.
Okay, maybe that's my problem. Okay, I'm going to talk to you more about that. I don't have a green thumb. One day I will. I love this. 26 years old. You're a local farmer, Prairie View A&M grad with a bachelor's in biology. How did you marry farming into this? What happened?
Well, growing up, my parents, I grew up on 5 acres, and so we had horses and chickens in the old McDonald farm growing up. And so as we got older, we kind of, stopped riding horses and stopped getting into those things. But after graduation and moving back home, I found a new love for it. And I started picking those things back up. And now I have a little cow on the farm.
It's really incredible, your story, and you decided to move to Sunnyside in February of this year. And what did you notice about that particular community? What did you notice about their need?
There was a severe lack, I would say that. So I'm from Pearland, and Sunnyside is literally up the street. And as you ride up the street, you literally watch the opportunities leave. And so when I went to the grocery store, the vegetables were not adequate. So I started growing my own and really just talking to people about how they wanted to eat and what they would like to eat in the neighborhood.
So that prompted you to kind of go right into action.
Definitely.
What did you do?
So I converted the back patch of our family land into a vegetable garden, and I've been growing ever since.
It's really, and growing literally and figuratively, right? I mean, your business is growing, you're booming in your own backyard, which I think is so great. And you've only been doing this for a short time. I mean, February is when you moved to Sunnyside. June earlier this year is when you were getting flooded with donation requests. And you put together a GoFundMe account. What took place after that?
So I put the GoFundMe together because we needed to get the farm mobile and in action so we could get to the front doorsteps of my neighbors. And so after that, I mean, Instagram followers started coming in, donations of seeds, love started coming in, and I started applying for grants. And in August of 2020, I received the Be Good grant from Beyonce and NAACP, which really boosted me into another level of marketing and getting out into the neighborhood and getting out to the community members. So I had several plant pop-ups inside of the neighborhood, as well as started having pop-ups here on the farm so that people can come and see what agriculture looks like in South Houston. So slowly but surely, we've been growing, been meeting so many new farmers, so many lovely families, so many lovely people that have a love for plants and that have a love for community. It's really incredible, and all it takes is someone like you to believe, to see the need, to believe in it, and really get it done. By the way, that grant you received in August, just a few months after kind of starting this whole thing, $10,000 grant that you applied for help you expand the farm. And right now, you were yesterday at the Heights Mercantile Farmers Market. You're also doing different pop-ups and pumpkin patches this weekend. Let's talk about that so people can go out and support what you're doing. Yes, this Friday from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. we will be out the farm with a pumpkin patch. And on Halloween, I'm partnering with Councilwoman Carolyn Evans-Shabazz and Houston Completes Communities to host a drive-through pumpkin patch at Sunnyside Multi-Service Community Center. And so that's where community members can come get their pumpkin, get their Halloween treats, and wear their costumes and have a good Halloween time in a safe, productive way. It is really fantastic. We are happy to share and spread the spotlight on you, Ivy. Thanks so much for joining us today, and much success to you in the future. Thank you so much for having me. For more information on this weekend's pumpkin patches that you heard Ivy mention, just visit our website. All the details are right there for you. All right, Joe, I'm going to toss it over to you to see what's coming up.
All right, thanks, Courtney, for that. So you know what? A lot of people are excited about this show, The Weakest Link. Jane Lynch, she gives a 411 about the reboot of the popular game show When Houston Life returns, and we can't wait. Stay with us. So welcome back here to Houston Life. You know what? The British import international game show Weakest Link is back and giving contestants a chance to win up to $1 million. I wish I was one of them. Well, you know what? I caught up with the new host, Jane Lynch, to see what it takes to take it all home.
Welcome to the Weakest Link.
Miss Jane, thanks so much for joining us here to talk all about The Weakest Link, one of my favorite shows, and I cannot wait to get into the reboot of it all. Let's dive right into that. Talk about actually being the host and how fast-paced this is. I know you get really excited to get out there and dish out all of those questions.
Yes, I do. I love it. It's rapid fire trivia, and you're on the edge of your seat the entire hour. As you know, we start with a bunch of contestants, and we lose one round after round. They vote each other off. The weakest link, they send them packing. And by the end, we have 2 contestants who go head to head, and they can win up to $1 million. And of course, they're banking money the entire time throughout the course of the show. So it's basically that good old-fashioned BBC quiz show format.
And I know it's a lot of casting that you do for that. Anyone who wants to win $1 million will probably want to be on this show, but you have to be very witty and very quick. So how do you go about casting for this show? I know that you get a lot of different people that come on here. We've seen moms, we've seen football players, basketball players, models, college students. How does the casting work?
I know that our casting department is always looking for those people who are bright lights, who will be good on television, but also have, as you said, a sharp wit. And they have to have a reference level that spans history, mathematics, science, art, pop culture. It goes across the board. And of course, they have to be able to find this information deep within the recesses of their own brains while the clock is ticking. And of course, that takes a lot of grace under pressure.
Who tried to study for a paternity test?
You keep us laughing, you keep us at the edge of our seat, and that's what I think this show really, really needed for this reboot.
Well, I love being the captain of this ship. My most important job is, of course, being the game ruler. I actually enforce the rules, and I'm the person who leads, and I'm the one who knows what's next, so everybody, all the contestants and the audience too, can relax and just enjoy the game and just focus, like for the contestants, focus on what they need to do to answer the question. So that is my favorite part of it. And throwing out the jabs and the insults are just icing on the cake.
Thanks for sitting with me and talking to me about the reboot of The Weakest Link. As you said, we are going to be excited to tune in to this reboot and who's going to win that $1 million. Well, you can tune in and try to test your wit with the contestants tonight at 10 p.m. during an all-new episode of Weakest Link right here on KPRC. So now it's time to try and test Derek and Courtney's wit to see exactly how fast-paced and intelligent they are. So are you guys ready for The Weakest Link?
No.
No, I'm scared.
We'll do our best, though.
Okay.
So we're going to do ladies first. So we're going to go to Courtney first, and then we're going to take our time and go to Derek. Now, you have to answer quickly, and it's not multiple choice. So this is the last round of the competition in The Weakest Link, where they go head-to-head. So, Courtney, the first question, what does barbecue stand for?
Pretty darn quick. Better be quick.
There you go. So
better be quick.
Right. Better be quick. All right, one for Courtney. So, Derek, you're next. Let's go on over to Derek. What famous singer, Derek, had a wardrobe malfunction during the 2004 Super Bowl?
Janet Jackson.
All right, so that's 1-1. So you guys are tied up right now. Courtney, next to you, where is the city of 5 flags in the United States?
Can I get an easier one? I don't know. Iowa? Somewhere in Iowa?
So that is incorrect. The correct answer is Pensacola. All right, Derek, you can go ahead and take the lead on this one and untie the tie. So,
I'm sure it's gonna be an easy question.
Which 19th century classic novel begins with it was the best of times, it was the worst of times?
Oh, no, I know this, and I'm blanking. That's one of the most famous literary quotes of all time. It's the live TV nerves. I'm going to have to pass on that one.
All right, so we'll pass. So, Courtney, it's up to you. You can break the tie right now.
I'm lame.
Which singer started a song like most people answer the phone?
Adele, hello.
There we go. So, yeah, Courtney, 2-1. Derek, moving on over to you. What movie quote did this come from? You were a television weatherwoman from Dubuque, Montana, drove a broken-down minivan, and drank red wine from a box. What movie?
Well, is it just from Anchorman?
No, it's not.
Do I get to answer?
You can answer, Courtney.
Is it Sweet Home Alabama?
Both of you guys are wrong. So we're going to go back.
What was the answer?
The correct answer is Monster-in-Law with Jennifer Lopez.
Oh, I love that movie.
All right, so
it's a good one.
Courtney's in the lead right now. So, Derek, we're going to go ahead and try and get to you. What is the official sport of Texas?
The official sport? We have an official sport in Texas? I'm new here, but I'm going to guess football.
No, it's not. The correct answer is rodeos. All right. And Courtney, for the last one, we're going to go ahead and get this one here. What animal has no vocal cords?
A lizard? I don't know.
All right, so we're going to give it to Courtney. She has the most right. The correct answer was a giraffe.
Bravo, Courtney. Congrats. We're going to take a quick break. Joe, that was fun. Thanks. Houston Life will be right back.
I really don't feel like... So after that, clearly we both are the weakest link.
Oh, is that possible for us both to be that bad?
You know.
Well, don't forget, you can catch the show right after The Voice at 9 p.m. right here on KPRC Channel 2. That was a fun show.
Absolutely. That's going to do it for us on this Monday.
It will. And we are bracing for that cooler weather that's on the way. I did add an extra blanket to the bed over the weekend. That felt kind of nice.
I polished up my Uggs and scarves. Can't wait to wear them.
I hope they're nice and shiny. All right, let's hand it off to Keith, Lauren, and Frank for Channel 2 News at 4.